Let's talk compensation. We've all heard the news, so let's understand what it really means. It used to be that more often than not, the compensation for a buyer's agent was paid for by the seller. Now regulations have changed and the responsibility to pay that compensation for buyer representation, the agent who represents you, falls on you, the buyer. The buyer's agent can still negotiate with the seller's agent to get them to contribute to that compensation, whether it be the entire amount or a portion of it. But now, with the new regulations that all agents must follow, at the end of the day, making sure that the buyer's agent gets paid is now the responsibility of the buyer. Legally, you'll have to sign an agreement before any buyer's agent in the U.S. can work with you. That agreement will always say that the buyer is ultimately responsible to pay the buyer agent commission, not the seller. That said, the seller can still pay the commission. It just has to be negotiated off the MLS. The new regulation does not say that the seller can't pay the buyer's representation fee. It's something that can be negotiated on your behalf. Some sellers will still choose to pay the buyer's agent compensation, and some won't. So you can choose to write an offer on a home where the seller pays the fee for your buyer's agent, or you can choose to not write an offer on that home if the seller is not willing to pay for it. And again, all commissions and compensation is always negotiable between all parties, and it always has been. There is no traditional, customary, or standard commission amount. Commissions are negotiable, just as who will be paying for them is negotiable. That compensation can seem like a big chunk. So is it really worth it? If you choose the right agent to represent you, it definitely is. Sellers' agents are just that. They are there to represent the seller. You want someone who's working on your behalf. Most experts agree that buyers who try to represent themselves on their own often end up paying more for a home because they don't have the negotiation skills or the market knowledge that an agent does. They might also miss out on finding the best home for themselves because they don't have access to all the listings and information that an agent has. Not only that, but buyers who don't have a real estate expert in their court can end up with dozens of legal headaches and unexpected costs and end up in litigation. It's a very complex process. When buyers decide to represent themselves in a real estate transaction without the expertise of a buyer's agent, they might think they're saving money, but when you consider the overall financial investment and potential liability involved, it's really a false savings. Having representation makes a huge difference. For example, according to the National Association of Realtors, homes sold directly by owners, known as for sale by owner or FSBO, tend to sell for an average of $95,000 less than a seller who uses an agent. So if having professional representation can make that much of a difference to a seller, think about how much it could benefit you as the buyer, even if you're the one paying the agent's commission. And you know what? Your agent doesn't get paid at all until they've succeeded in getting you into the home you want. Here's what a great agent does for you. First, they guide you towards the right home. This means that they start by connecting you to a reputable mortgage loan officer, so you really understand what you can afford. You don't want to waste your time looking at Mercedes if a Kia is all you truly qualify for. A great agent will also help you get a clear understanding of what you need, your priorities, and what you'd love to have in a home, the must-haves, so to speak, and the nice-to-haves. Next, before dragging you around on home tours, they'll research different neighborhoods and homes to find you great matches. They'll guide you to detailed information on things like school scores, crime rates, traffic patterns, and local amenities. Before you even step into the car, you'll know exactly what you're looking at and that it fits what you're looking for. Then, once you find a home you like, They'll research the current market and market trends even further. And they'll talk to the seller's agent about the seller's priorities and hot buttons. At this point, they'll also ask the seller's agent if the seller is willing to pay the fee for the buyer's agent. All of this is to help you write an offer that will be attractive to the seller at a price you can afford and the terms you want, or to help you decide whether to make an offer at all. Your agent will present your offer and begin the negotiation process. A great agent will be a terrific collaborative negotiator with the experience and expertise to know how to compromise and create a great deal that both you and the seller are happy with. Your buyer's agent will be able to negotiate things like rent backs, potential maintenance issues, repair requests, and closing costs, including the buyer's agent compensation. Your agent will negotiate the right price and terms and make sure you're not paying more for the home than you should. They will negotiate credits and additional items on your behalf that the seller will pay for instead of you. The seller's agent wants to protect the seller and get them the most money and best terms. As a buyer's agent, their job is to do the same for you. Their goal is to negotiate all of this and make sure you're getting the best price and terms as well. It's like a loving boxing match between the listing agent and your agent. Once your offer is accepted, your agent then manages all the people and processes to unearth any issues and finalize the deal. They'll order inspections like roof, home, pest inspections, plus any special inspections needed like a pool, well, or septic, and point out any issues that arise from them. They'll also coordinate appraisals and discuss the results with you. They'll order and review title report and point out any red flags. They'll keep on top of your lender and help you provide whatever documentation is necessary. They'll review the seller's disclosure and point out any potential problems, then negotiate a resolution to those issues. They'll deal with the title and escrow companies. They'll connect you with home insurance companies and home warranty providers and help you choose the best option for your situation. Your agent will manage all of these people and processes to keep your escrow on track. And they'll communicate regularly so you know exactly what's going on. Their job is also to make sure that you are protected from any legal liability and to help keep your initial earnest money deposit safe and ensure the home closes. Yes, your agent will spend literally hundreds of hours, much behind the scenes, working on your behalf. And it's only when they succeed and you have the keys to your dream home that they get paid. Again, per agreement, you as the buyer are contractually responsible to pay this fee, though your agent will negotiate and try to get the seller to pay for it. So this and so much more is what a good buyer's agent will do for you and why you need one. If you've got any additional questions, reach out. I'm happy to elaborate more. Just give me a call. Carrie Hall with Homes by Carrie and eXp Realty. And when you do what you love, people love what you do.